Hi ladies and gentlemen, in this instructional video you're going to learn about an angle relationship. But before we get to that, you're going to need a few supplies out on your desk. You'll need your note guide, a pencil for taking notes, and several different colored writing utensils, like colored pencils, highlighters, or maybe different colored pens. Go ahead and pause this slide until you have all of these items out on your desk. Okay, in your note guide, go ahead and find the note space where you need to jot down the definition for vertical angles. And take a moment to go ahead and jot down the information that's on the slide. So vertical angles happen when you have sides that form two opposite rays. And the other thing I need you to jot down is that vertical angles are always congruent. So go ahead and press pause on this slide until you have these important pieces of information jotted down in your note guide. Okay, now that you have that important information jotted down, go ahead and look at this diagram. Vertical angles are formed by two opposite rays. So here I have angle Q. Its opposite angle, or its vertical angle, is angle S. So angle Q and angle S are vertical angles. Additionally, if I look at this diagram, angle R has a vertical angle named angle T. So can you see how those two angles, those two vertical angles are formed by opposite rays? So you might want to make a quick sketch of that diagram in your notes to share with your group members later. Okay, we're going to look at a parallel lines. So line L is parallel to line M, and it's cut by the transversal N. I know these two lines are parallel because they're marked as such. So now we're going to go ahead and identify vertical angles. All right, I'm going to start with angle 1. So angle 1's right here. I'm going to highlight that in green. So that is a vertical angle to angle 3. So angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Go ahead and grab a new writing utensil and let's look at angle 2. Angle 2 is vertical to angle 4. So I'm going to mark that down on my paper. I'm going to grab another color. I'm going to look at angle 5. That is vertical to angle 7. Angle 7. And then lastly, I'm going to grab my last color. And I'm going to look at angle 8 is vertical to angle 6. Alright, so I have all my different pairs of vertical angles color-coded. Now I need to answer this question. Are these pairs of vertical angles congruent, supplementary, or neither? Well, I just jotted down the definition that vertical angles are always congruent. So I am going to go ahead and highlight congruent. So it doesn't matter if the lines are parallel or not, vertical angles will always be congruent. Okay, go ahead and look at this second diagram. Notice again I have two lines, well 3 lines really, but I don't have a pair of parallel lines. I know that because it doesn't say that in the directions and it is not marked on the diagram that the lines are parallel. So these lines right here, this line and this line, are not parallel. I can also see that at some point if I were to extend them, they would intersect. So I can still go ahead and identify vertical angles. I'll start with angle 1. It's vertical to angle 4. So I'm going to highlight and label that as such. Angle 1 and angle 4. I'm going to grab a new color. Angle 2 is vertical to angle 3. So angle 2 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Again, I'm going to grab a new color here. Angle 5 is vertical to angle 8. And then lastly, I can see that angle 6 is vertical to angle 7. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mark that down and label it. All right, so now I have one more question to answer. The question is, are these pairs of vertical angles, are they congruent, are they supplementary, or are they neither? And as you recall in the definition that you jotted down about vertical angles are always congruent. So it doesn't matter that these lines are not parallel, those angle measures will always be congruent if they're vertical angles. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are your next steps. Review the notes and the examples that you just jotted down about vertical angles. Your job is going to be the group expert to teach all your group members about vertical angles. Be sure to share with them the definition of vertical angles and all the angle properties we just went through in this instructional video. All right, remember you're the expert, so go ahead and teach your group members about vertical angles. Good luck.